how to be an invaluable resource to IA companies, independent adjusting companies, how to be an invaluable resource to IA companies and be easily employable. Now, that is the kind of more word for word struggle that was brought in to our Facebook group. Now, I wanted to clarify that because it uses a word. Okay, there's two words, two conflicting parts of that question: IA and employable. And I want to expand on that. IA, independent adjuster. As I said, IA is a synonym for freelancer. If you are a freelancer, you are not an employee. You can't be both. Either you're working for a company as a freelancer, as a 1099 independent contractor, or you are a W-2 employee. It's two different things. They're taxed differently. Okay. So when someone is using IA and employee in the same sentence, there's something wrong. So if you want to become easily employable, that's going to be different from becoming a invaluable resource for an IA company. So the first step, I would say, understand that these are two separate things. If you want to be a successful independent adjuster, stop thinking like an employee. You are not an employee. You are not looking to be employed. Worst thing I want, personally, as an independent adjuster, is to be employed. I have absolutely no interest in being employed. I am unemployable at this point. As an employee, I will be expected to work within a certain framework. As an employee, I will be expected to appear at certain times, day in and day out. I will be expected to do a lot of different things, and I would have a very hard, difficult time explaining to that employer, I'm sorry, I'm just here to complete a job, and it is up to me to complete that job. I don't need your help. I don't want your help. I'm going to do this my way. If you try to explain that to an employer, you can imagine what will happen next. You're going to get canned. That is because you are a freelancer or a business owner that just found their way into employment, and that's not how it works. So for the sake of this question, we're not going to talk about employment. We are going to talk about becoming an invaluable resource to an IA company. Now, how do you become invaluable? Well, there's no shortage of independent adjusters out there, but there certainly is a shortage of adjusters that are seen as invaluable to any particular IA company. So how do we get there? First, let's explore what the benefits are when you're invaluable. When you are invaluable to an independent adjusting company, you are the person or a person that they will heavily rely on. They will look to you first or very quickly to solve the problems that they have. They don't look at you as a freelancer. They don't look at you as as just some independent contractor that they have out in Oregon. They look at you as a part of their success. They look at you as a resource, someone who they are very, very glad to have in their corner. Now, when you can cultivate that type of relationship with one of these companies, that is the best position to be in. When you're a field property adjuster like I am, one of the best positions that I would repeatedly find myself in is when I would be their number one person, or sometimes even their only person in the territory that I'm in. They would rely on me so heavily that it would be me and just whoever is there to back up when I'm on vacation. And that's it. So I would take 100% of their workflow coming in. Now, that's very dangerous on their part. They should have more people because I might drop them. But for me, it's a fantastic place to be in. And that would be because at that point, now I am invaluable to them. They can't put a number on me because if it were not for me, they would not be making any money in this particular territory. Or perhaps they could if they found somebody else and brought them in, but there would be a learning curve involved and they wouldn't be as good as me. And they might have to bring two people in and there'd be some inconsistencies there in their work product that they deliver to the insurance company. But they don't need to worry about that problem right now because they have me. And that's what makes me invaluable to them. Now, what made me invaluable in the first place? Number one, I'd always be there. What are the pain points of an independent adjusting company? Where do they struggle? What few things, when it comes to a relationship between an independent adjusting company and an independent adjuster out in the field, what parts of that relationship become more difficult? Where are the inconsistencies? That's what you need to think about. Well, for an independent adjusting company, it's very difficult to find an independent adjuster that is in a particular area and that has good communication. Might sound silly, but that's bottom line. It's difficult to find someone who is going to be prompt with their communication, where they know that if they need a question answered or they need a status or whatever, if they contact you, you're going to contact them right back, that you're going to have the phone on because they're very insecure. These companies are very, very insecure because guess what? Part of the reason why I started Adjuster University was to bring in a new breed of independent adjusters because there's a lot of independents that are out there that are just straight garbage. And they're garbage for the same reasons why I am so good at what I do. Because I am good at the things that they are lacking in. Communication is one of them. Being willing to go that extra mile for them. To be that resource in an area where that company can rely, where that company can now rely on you and depend on you. Become a part of that company's success. Don't think about yourself. Don't think about your own money. Think about what you can do to benefit that company, to push that company closer toward success. Once you find yourself cultivating a relationship with that company that is beyond a business transaction, that is how you find yourself quickly becoming an invaluable resource to that company. And it will pay dividends in the long term.